Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another NIKKE video. So today we'll go over a quick guide on how to upgrade your gears and the EXP loss involved. Alright, it's very important because I think for free-to-play players and small spenders, you definitely need to think about these things when you're upgrading your gear to preserve your resources. Alright. So let's first take a look. Once you start getting tier 4, tier 3 gear, let's switch this to a tier 3 gear, you will be able to upgrade your gear. So when you're upgrading, you can use materials or you can use other gears to push their level, and when you reach the next level on a piece of gear, you can see you gain stats. Alright, it's very important you do this because it'll allow you to progress further so your outpost can level up and you can get better gear. It's actually a huge component of your progression. However, a lot of people have asked me about, first of all, where to obtain gear, which we'll talk about, and where to upgrade and how to upgrade efficiently. So for the gear, you can right now obtain them from the outpost. It's a passive income and it will go through to the homepage. This is passive. You can see I'm collecting gear and your outpost defense upgrades as you progress through the story. So that's why you want to push as far as you can, because the stuff you get is going to be better, which means more EXP if you use them as fodder. And of course, you can use wipeout, you can use gems to collect even more goodies. That's one way to obtain gear. Another way to obtain gear is actually through the arc. There will be interception battles that you can do every day, and if you watch my video about what you have to do daily, you'll be able to see that in the interception battles, depending on the damage you do, you'll be able to obtain gear. Alright? And since we're here, let's talk about what the gear stats are. So most of the time, the gear stats are fixed, which means a tier 5 is going to be the same as a different tier 5. However, what's going to be different is sometimes you have the tier 5 plus, or there will be plus next to the name. These gear will have better stats. So you can see here, there's a plus, all right? And in addition, you'll be able to also get something called a manufacturer bonus. So this is going to be late game stuff, okay? Because you're not going to be swimming in gear initially. But similar to a lot of the other idle games, manufacturer bonus means if you equip a piece of gear that has, for example, Tetra bonus, and equip it to a Tetra unit, you gain additional stats and additional effects depending on what it's going to offer you. I've seen the bonus it gives on the test servers, but I haven't received any of these in my account right now on global. Alright, so until then, I can't comment if they've changed anything, but there is faction specific effects from gears that you can obtain. They're very rare. Alright, they're very rare, but you can't do that. Okay, so that is how you obtain gear. Of course, there are other ways which we'll talk about once we are there and those information is released. So the second part of the video is how to efficiently upgrade gear. So when you're upgrading gear, personally, what I would like to do is make sure that all of your units, your key units, have gears equipped, so you don't accidentally use fodders that are going to be useful for the key units. And actually, I see one piece of gear that has bonus, so we can revisit that. All right. Let's take a quick look. Actually, I just realized I have a piece of gear that has that has the bonus. So let's take a look what it gives. So this is a Tetra line. Yeah, again, its equipment attributes will be increased when worn. So if you give this to a Tetra unit, they'll get extra stats. So it's the same as the it's going to be the same as the early access test. So back to efficiently upgrading gears. So we did a test here with chat. All right, we did a test here with chat. When you're upgrading a gear, let's take a look at this, for example. The base stuff that you use, depending on what materials you use, you get 100 or 450 EXP. But a lot of questions we get is that if I feed an upgraded piece of gear to a better gear that I obtain later, how much EXP will we lose? Or do we lose anything at all? So the answer to that is we lose 10%. Not of the base equipment upgrade, but rather of the EXP gained from that piece. So the best way is to show an example. All right. I have my rare metal jacket tier 4, so it's a plus. And then I'm going to upgrade it with another piece of gear that I've upgraded already. So this is a level 1. Okay, so you can see that here it says 1 because I've spent 600 EXP on this piece of gear for it to be upgraded to level 1. This is an identical piece, but it's a level 0 unupgraded. So you see I gained 350 from an unupgraded piece and then 890 from a level 1 that I use 600 EXP from. So the formula is like this. You take your base, okay, the base is unchanged, right? 350, and then 600, that's 600, you take 10% off, which is 540. Okay, 600 minus 60 is 540. Then 540 plus the base 350 of this piece, you get 890. All right, so there's a 10% loss on the EXP used to upgrade a specific piece of gear. So what does that mean? I think for the average player, in my honest opinion, the amount of stats you can get from gear upgrades and how fast it can push your team is worth the 10% EXP loss. Because later on, you will have a lot of gears that you will not use, so they're all fodders, right? So the 10% loss in EXP is completely fine in my opinion. So my recommendation is actually upgrade your units so you can push as far as you can, upgrade your gears, and then feed them to better upgrades later on. All right. I know this video has been kind of long and we went through a lot of math and I'm tired, you're tired. So I just cut it short. Maybe I'll go a bit more in depth when we have, more questions, but to summarize, you want to upgrade your gear. There's a 10% EXP loss that you need to consider. If you care about the 10% EXP, don't upgrade it and wait, but you can always be potentially waiting for the next best upgrade, right? So I don't 100% recommend that. But yes, do your interception battles because they drop gear and they're very important, and make sure you do it every single day because you get 3 chances and you can sweep them. All right, that is the end of this video, and hopefully you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.